guys, on today's video I'm going to be unboxing this MacBook. So the way that I ordered this MacBook was to pick it up. So it was available in the second day. So that was really fast of them to process my order. I was able to pick it up. I got an email and I went down to Apple and that's it. I just had to pick it up from the mall itself. So that was pretty easy. Anyways, let's just get started. Right now I'm just going to open it up. Does have the seal. Now I just want to mention, if you guys are thinking of buying a MacBook, maybe you're buying online from somebody that's not an authorized reseller, well, be careful. Always don't count on the seal and everything. Always open up the Mac before you actually purchase it, because there could be technically nothing inside or a fake Mac. It could be so many things. So just be careful with that, guys. Anyways, around the box, I forgot to show you guys that. There's really nothing around it, on the top especially. We're only going to see the serial number and all that stuff down here below. So below the box, there's that information on the back. Right now I'm just going to take out the MacBook Air. Let's put it on the side. And inside this box, I should only get a few things. So here we go. There's the cable. And down here, inside, will be the charger, which looks like an iPad one, right? So the iPad chargers look exactly like this, which is awesome. And you can also take this out, by the way, and that's because if you guys want to buy an extension, you can hook it up here and extend it out. So that's sometimes very useful, since this thing isn't too long. I think it's long enough. But if you're going to have an office setting where it always needs to be plugged in or something like that, or almost always plugged in, then yes, you might need that extension that you can buy. But other than that, that's all you guys get in the box at the moment. So it's just this and this. I just want to focus in on this part as well, because you may notice this is USB-C. Same goes with this, USB-C. So your USB-C will go right in there, and the other end will go onto your Mac. So that's how these Macs come. And by the way, all new Macs, whether it's a MacBook Air or MacBook Pro, well, they only have USB-C. So no regular USB anymore. I'm just gonna look in here for the little stuff, stickers and stuff like that. Oh, I actually thought this was something, but that's just to make it thicker. Really weird. Anyways, here's the stickers that everybody likes from Apple. They are different. When you get an iPhone or iPad, these are usually white. In this case, it's the same color as the Mac. Set that apart. And we got this. So this tells you some really basic stuff for those of you who are really new to Mac, such as your Touch ID, which I'm going to show you. But anyways, I will show you everything about the Mac in my manual and setup video. This is just an unboxing, so that's exactly what we're going to get to see, what comes inside the box. And at this point in time, you guys can see everything that comes inside the box. It's just this, manual stickers, plus this guy. That's it. So at this point, let's keep going with the Mac and open this up. Now the MacBook Airs are really famous for being so thin, and that's why usually people buy these MacBook Airs, besides the fact that they're really cheap compared to any other Mac available at the moment. So this would be the cheapest one. Whether you guys opted in for a bigger hard drive or more RAM in it, it's gonna look exactly the same. The stuff that changes is only the stuff that's actually inside the Mac, which you won't be able to see. So you will notice that there isn't that much into the MacBook Air. It's a very simple design, and we only have these two ports on the side. This is USB-C. So by the way, if you're getting one of these, and you want to plug in a USB stick to it, you won't be able to unless you have an adapter, which I suggest getting one from eBay or Amazon. They're very cheap, $3 to $6, and that's it. You don't really have to purchase one from Apple unless you really want to, and they just work just fine. I've had those for a very long time. Anyways, right now I'm just gonna open it up so you guys can see how it looks like. Now as I open it up right away, I'm gonna see the startup screen. Let me just put this paper on the side. It's no big deal if it doesn't start up once you open it up, although that's the normal thing for this to do. It always starts up. I'm gonna put my camera back a little bit. You guys can see the screen is very bright. It's like actually really nice. The The power key would be here, and that's your Touch ID as well. So that's what we would hold in order to force shut it down or to make it start up. So if it doesn't start up once you open it, yes, we can just hold this to start it up. And yes, that's a Touch ID, plus it's also meant to start up your Mac or shut it down. Well, force shut it down, because you should always shut it down by just going to menu and then shutting it down from there. But this is how thin it is. You guys can notice it's extremely thin compared to my finger right now. It's very, very thin. And it's not just this part that's really thin about the Mac itself, but it's also very thin here. Especially the edge, once we come up, it's less than a centimeter. My finger's about a centimeter. And this is almost half of it. So it's very, very, very thin. It's pretty light. However, it's not that light. None of the Macs that I've ever seen have been too light, which is a good thing. You don't want a cheap, very light product. And that's exactly what Macs are not. They're not cheap. And if you're wondering about protection of this thing, well, there's some accessories that you should buy in order to protect it. But screen protectors and all that stuff that some people buy, I wouldn't personally. The screen usually does just fine. People usually don't tend to scratch it since it's not a touch screen. So there's no point of getting a screen protector for it unless you know you're gonna touch your screen a lot for some reason. But anyways, it's a really nice Mac. These are pretty perfect for school, for basic stuff. Even basic editing, especially with the M1s, they work a lot faster. Again, these Macs are not that light. So although they may be very thin, they're not that light. Of course, it's way lighter than a MacBook Pro. I just want to remind you that I will be doing a setup video for this Mac plus a manual, and let's not forget about the fact that I am going to do a review later on to see what it can actually handle and what it can't. What I can tell you right away, if you're a graphic designer, you don't want this. You want something with an actual graphic card, so that's going to help you out. But for those of you for school, basic stuff, this is great. If you're thinking of purchasing one of these also because maybe you want to edit video, well, a MacBook Pro would be the way to go. However, you can always get started with this, but you will limit yourself quite a bit. Because again, you want something with a graphic card that's maybe 2 gigs, maybe 4. But anyways, other than that, I can tell you that this is a really nice Mac. It's a really simple design, very lightweight, very thin, not too light, but not too heavy. And since it's 13 inches, it's not gonna occupy that much space. Now let's take a look at the keys. The keys themselves, they're normal. I guess the only special thing about this is your Touch ID up there, which is also a button. So if I wanted to force shut down this Mac right now, which I do wanna do because I wanna do my video later on, I can always hold on to that. Yes, it will go to sleep if you do this. So if you close it up, you will notice that the screen, there's no light shining through. That means the screen went off. I can open it up again and it's gonna bring up this screen again. If I want to force shut it down, this is a button as well, so I can shut it down by doing that, just holding it down until it actually turns off. You guys will notice the color here should go black in a second, and there we go, it's shut down. So yes, it's a really nice Mac to have. For me, my personal uses, well, I'm gonna use this as an extra Mac just to take it on trips and just put all my pictures, videos in here when I'm on a trip. That's my own personal use, but to edit videos, I do have an iMac, which has a bunch of RAM, has a really good graphic card with a couple of gigs in there. But again, all these M1 computers are really good with the new tech that they put in here. So I'm just gonna close it up again so you guys can see exactly how thin it is. Now I'm getting smudges all the way around it, which is not a good thing. I don't want to get smudges that fast on it, but that's the type of casing that it has. You do get some smudges, especially this Apple logo part. I don't even want to touch it because right away I'm gonna get smudges all over it, just like I did with the Mac itself. But anyways, that would be it for this video. Hopefully it helped you out just a little bit to get a quick glance at how this Mac looks like and what you guys get inside the box, which isn't much. Make sure to check out my manual and setup video for all Macs, including this MacBook Air. Anyways, if you guys have any comments, questions, you guys can write them down here in the comments area. And don't forget to subscribe and rate. Thank you.